Jaguar Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company in the heart of Creve Coeur.
What are you wearing?
Oh, it's my Cash Money Records t-shirt. I used to be in the Hot Boys. Me, Juvenile, Young Turk, Big Jizzle.
I don't understand.
I used to live in New Orleans, and I was in the rap group, the Hot Boys. No, just a fun shirt. I love rap music, and I figured since we're talking about buyers and sellers today, in regards to baseball, I should wear the Cash Money Records shirt. Also, it was one of the few things I had clean.
Laundry day.
Laundry day in the old
Hochman
household.
That I get. All right, so everybody's talking about it in town. Should the Cardinals be buyers or sellers? We'll dive into it here. But first, we got to tell people about this car that they should buy.
Yes, well,
it's our Range Rover Evoque from our friends at
Jaguar Land Rover St. Louis.
This is a beautiful SUV. Drives like a luxury sedan, but has the size and the off-road capabilities of an SUV. Also, an incredible.
There's a premature. I was trying to say. You said about you drives like a nice car. I never get to drive.
Check out the.
You never let me.
We'll talk about that later. Check out the view.
Oh yeah, what do you call these? Like a sunlight?
Yeah, man. It you can see everything. All right, I don't think that's a little much.
So let's yeah. Oh, by the way, Ben, you can lease this thing. 36 months, $399 a month. This is an awesome ride. If you have, no, I was gonna say if you have cash money, you should do it, but that's the dumbest, dorkiest thing I've ever said in my life. I would suggest buying this car.
It makes the top 10.
It's awesome.
It also comes in, you can get the 2-door, you can get the 4-door, you can also get the convertible. It comes with a special APR of up to 1.9% for up to 60 months.
Let's talk Cardinals.
Buyers or sellers? Well, okay, look, I mean, do we need to have a debate? I don't think so. Headed into this series against the lowly Phillies, the Cardinals have played 10 games since General Manager John Mozeliak said, look, we're going to find out what we are in these next 4 to 6 weeks. Well, knowing where they are right now, 5-5, since then they should be sellers. We haven't seen anything that convinces us this team is going to make a postseason run. Now, I think the question to ask is, what could change that makes the Cardinals change their minds?
Yeah.
Well, one of them is asking for something not to change, and that's the standings. Because as much as this team is frustrating, as much as people are tired of watching, I think a lot of people are just kind of throwing up their hands and going to watch golf or something like that. In the standings, they're still in it. The Cubs have not caught on. The Brewers are still playing very well, but I don't think anybody really expects the Brewers to win this division. Maybe it's time to start believing that could actually happen. But even then, the Brewers are still only, what, 5 games ahead. I think until the Cardinals are mathematically eliminated, it's going to be hard for this team with a lot of success to say, hey, we're gonna ship the 2017 season and look forward to 2018. But they also need to get their own house in order, and it starts, to me, with starting pitching.
Right. I mean, before all this, we were saying, man, if just the hitting got going, maybe this Cardinals team is a playoff team because the starting pitching has been so consistent. Well, what has happened since John Mozeliak's big speech, if you will? The hitting got good. They moved Matt Carpenter to the front of the lineup.
Got better.
Got better. Well, Carp and Fowler
they're good.
They're doing well, and then we might have been doing the good well thing inaccurately with our grammar as well. Hopefully, our editors aren't watching. But here's the thing: other guys aren't producing as much. They scored a lot of runs though in that Baltimore series.
Well, everybody scores a lot of runs in Baltimore.
Yeah.
The problem is you got your top 2 hitters are your best hitters, and then it falls off a cliff.
Right.
Jed Jerko is no longer looking like an MVP candidate, and it's probably unfair to expect him to continue to hit like that. But they don't have anybody after those 2.
So
maybe
get a bat. What do you
becomes
do?
That guy. But I think here's what is a likely scenario: the Cardinals are going to have to do something. They're going to have to try to add if they're serious about trying to contend here. But they're probably going to try to look to find a way to get better this season and beyond. So is there a situation in which they're not buyers or sellers, they're buying and selling, if that makes sense? Do they look to maybe offload some pitching perhaps for some prospects that could be huge down the road, while also getting a middle of the order bat that can be big for this season and next season and the next one? Do you maybe look at getting like a Marcell Ozuna trying to make that trade while also maybe shipping out a guy like Lance Lynn, who, if I'm Houston, I'm looking at Lance Lynn going, God, that guy would be great in our rotation as we're trying to win a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Houston's minor league system, but I mean, that's the thing. If you want an Ozuna from the Miami Marlins, you're going to have to give Miami something it wants, and it would want young players for Ozuna. Whereas when you look at Houston, they might need to give us one of their St. Louis, one of their top players from the minor league systems for Lance Lynn, who's ready to go right now. And that's the thing, is Lance Lynn is one of the best players on the current Cardinals. So if you trade him, man, you're basically saying we're not trying to win right now because we had a guy that actually was winning a lot, and now we're shipping him just to get ahead of things because, of course, he'll be a free agent.
Well, you're increasing your chance for some more offensive star power by getting rid of a starting pitcher who has been very reliable over his career, but also you have some guys who maybe can help fill that role from within. I mean, there's Luke Weaver sitting in Memphis. There's Jack Flaherty sitting in Memphis. Two guys who have done everything they need to do at the 3A level to say that they deserve a shot here. Now, we've seen a little bit of Weaver last year, and it didn't end so well for him, but I don't think that means you write him off. Flaherty is on that Luke Weaver path from last year where he blew through Double-A, and now he's performing at Triple-A. I wonder if maybe they look at bringing some of those guys up to help a rotation that right now it's on a little bit shaky legs with Adam Wainwright and with Michael Wacha. I don't know that you can trust Michael Wacha to be that starter for the second half of the season.
Yeah, you know what Weaver and Flaherty aren't doing in Memphis? Walking.
Oh, that's issuing walks, is that? I don't know that it works like that.
No, but it's like he's walking a lot of guys.
Yeah.
He's not walking a lot of guys, so they're not walking in Memphis.
All right, I'll let it slide. That shirt's terrible, by the way.
Two Bins is brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company.